here with you this afternoon to bring you the completion of the Juliette project. What I'm going to do is clean the volume control with some solder. This is what I'm going to use to clean it. Alcohol in a bottle with a very thin needle-like tip that'll get into where I need to get into. And I want to glue the antenna rod down. I'm going to use the hot glue that was suggested in the comments. So I'm going to do that, and that's about it. I think everything else has got done. Of course, I'll have to put everything back together and put it back in the cabinet, and we'll do that, and we'll show you here in just a minute. We'll give you a blow by blow as it were, I guess, of the progress I'm making on it. So stay tuned, and we'll get back to that in just a second. I'm back with you once again, YouTube. Have the hot glue installed on the end of that, letting it cool sufficiently, and I'll probably trim that off next. Get that all shipshape. And I did clean the volume pot. It is somewhat better, but it still has a problem. Plug it in here and show you. Find the right plug. That's a glue gun. I don't want to plug that in. It has a spot right there that it doesn't want to go any further, and it goes up really loud fast. So I don't know exactly what that problem is, but we'll have to figure it out, I guess. It's not all that bad. The pot's clean now, and it does do better as far as turning it on and off. I cleaned the on-off switch a little bit too, so that much is better. I think it'll be all right. Let's go ahead, and I got to figure out now what screws go back in it. I noticed the tuner doesn't work so good when the screw is out over here, and when that's out, the tuner slips a lot. The dial cord does. So I need to get that screw back in there. I don't think it holds anything but that down is all it holds down. So get that down in there and come back and show you what I'm talking about. Alright, we got the screw back in it, and that's much more steady now. The tuner works much better. This seems to be pretty tight now, so everything seems to be pretty good on that. The volume control is pretty good. Still a little bit of a crackle when you turn it on.
Wanted to try something called balut. Well, balut, partially developed duck egg.
And how was it?
A little ketchup. It tasted pretty good.
Jamie, how about you?
I've had haggis.
So
haggis. That's real.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's pretty much it. I'm going to start trying to put it back together. I think. I don't think I'm going to try to align it any, because I mean it's just. He's spitting in the wind. I mean, you know, you never know what's going to come out of it. I mean, it's just not worth it. Like I say, it's working very well, so I don't want to mess it up any more than it already is, and it's working as well. So. There is no antenna on it, so that'll have something to do with why it's not getting anything, I guess. Anywho, like I say, that's pretty much it. On this, I'm going to clean it up a little bit. There's some spots on the front of it around the AM/FM switch that look like they need a little touching up. You can see there's some dirt there. we'll get that cleaned up. And I think that's about it. I think it's working pretty darn good. And we'll go back and, like I say, I think what I'm going to do is put the this part in the case and screw that down, and then put the circuit board back in. I think it might work out better that way. I'm not really sure, but we'll see. So that's what I plan on doing, and I'll bring you back when I get that done. Now I want to show you this area here that's got the broken what do you call it on it, so I can push down on it very easily. As you can see, I don't know that that's going to really bother that much. All the rest of them are pretty good and tight. Just have one there, one there, one there, one there, and one here. So I think it's in there pretty good. Seems to be working all right. And like I say, everything's pretty much hunky-dory. Now there is I think this one here was supposed to be maybe screwed in there. I'm not really sure. If you look at this side, it doesn't have one either, so I'm not really sure how that works. But like I say, maybe it's just rests on that. I don't know. So I think we're going to call that good. I went ahead and put the circuit board back into the front of the radio before I screw it into the I think it just works out better this way. I will get a couple screws in the case part of it, and probably go ahead and solder the wires back like they're supposed to be, and then go ahead and finish screwing it down with the screws. So I think that'll do it for now, so I'll bring you back when I get the case together.
Well,
I'm back with you once more for the final wrap-up on the inside of the radio. The chassis is screwed into the cabinet,
So 2 German operas.
and there's
Mine,
one
my first thought was
screw
also
left that
related
I
to
couldn't
a
get
storm
to.
in the
Well, actually,
tavern
I
scene
couldn't get
that
to.
is the
It
first act
broke
of
off
Britain's Peter
of
Grimes.
the
When Grimes
of the,
comes in, stops everything,
cabinet,
the opera
so
hits a
there's no
grand
sense in putting the
pause.
screw there.
The secondary
not
character
holding
says
anything, so.
everyone's being very quiet.
There is one right here
And
on the
then
back of
suddenly
this,
Grimes
but I'm
goes
not
into
going to
this
try to get to that
poetic
because it's
aria,
just too
Great
hard.
Bearing Pleiades, which is
And
about
I'm out of
loneliness and his
the
position
good
as the
screws.
outcast
I
of the
only
town.
have the
And
stripped
that
out ones
aria
left.
just spins
So,
out and suspends
I think it's
more or
got
less
all the
opera
2
for
screws
its
in it. I think it will be just
Great
fine.
examples.
It's very
Excellent.
tight in there.
So now,
It's not
round 2
loose
is
at
a
all.
music ID round.
So,
Listeners often send us questions
we're
about
good
music
there.
depicting the seasons. Today
I do
we're
have the
inspired by
hum
the
is
arrival
back.
of spring. Well,
I'm not really sure where that hum's coming from. I mean, it can't be the filter capacitor
the
because
main
they've been
assistant
saying.
conductor Stephen Eldridge is at the Yamaha to play some operatic
May have to
excerpts
look into some
associated
other
with
possibilities.
springtime. You have to identify the opera
so,
and the composer.
For now,
Ready?
I still need to get
Maestro
the
example number 1, please.
AC/DC switch soldered in, and also the antenna wire soldered back to the antenna. Wait until the soldering, until sometime I'm using the soldering iron to do that. There's no big hurry. I still need to put the back on. There's only 2 screws on it that hold anything. I believe they're
Roger.
here.
Is that from L'Amico Fritz
Let's
Foscani? It is indeed. Well done.
Here
That's very
and
good.
up here. So that's the only 2 that hold anything. The rest of the holders or screw holes are busted out. So don't worry about that. That's about it. I think that's about it. So turn this off, and you can hear that up here front. You can hear that hum again. So I'm not sure what that is. I thought it was gone. Apparently it has. When it's in the cabinet, it just seems to amplify it a little bit more, or resonate with it or something. But it's definitely still hum. So it's not the filter capacitor. We know that. It may just be a design of the thing. But there is some other electrolytic capacitors in here. So I may one day, someday, try to look at replacing some of those. But for now, it works good enough, and I know the filter capacitors are good. And the radio sounds halfway decent. Like I said, it's a cheap radio, so I still need to get the earphone jack back in. That just goes into the thing. There's a nut that fits on it. That won't be a problem. So I'm going to call this good and not going to bring you back again because it's pretty much done. I may show you the final product in another video somewhere, but for now I'm going to call this good and get out of here, and I'll end up with the other camera and we'll see you there. Alright, YouTube, back with you once more. I think what we're going to do is wrap this up. As you've seen, the radio is pretty much back together. It's a couple little odds and ends to do, but I'm going to take a break from it and not do those right at the moment, so I'm going to wrap this video up here. And like I say, everything turned out really good, I think, except for the little hum that's still there. I'm not really sure what that is, and I'll have to find out later on, I guess. But I'm sure there's if I had a schematic, it would be a lot better. But without a schematic, it's kind of hard to tell. So, anywho, I think we're going to wrap this up. You guys have a pleasant afternoon. Thanks so much for watching. See ya.